Morning, and thank you for joining us on CW News at 7 o'clock on this cold, chilly morning out here, but more sunshine expected today. That's some good news. We were out here at the Riverwalk this morning, and we're going to talk about the flooding, but first let's recap some of that tornado damage that we saw today. Some of this footage you're seeing from our WCBI drone, that is over United Deli and the neighborhood around Gardner Boulevard and Tuscaloosa in East Columbus. Of course, right in there is where that EF3 rating occurred. We talked a lot about the particular building where unfortunately the young woman was killed and others were injured across from United Deli. And a very tragic day for Columbus, a very tragic day for others as well. We had a tornado in Burnsville and also other tornadoes, one near Artesia and two in West Alabama. Now, interesting to note, the National Weather Service is actually heading out later on today through Kemper and Noxubee counties to survey some damage in that general region. And we'll have updates on our social media as well as on WCBI.com with that. I do think, Renee, that I want to turn the attention to the flooding this morning. Now that we can see what's going on, we've been watching those river levels rise for quite a while now.
Absolutely. We're getting some daylight images of all the rain that was just dumped on our city on Saturday. It's peaceful right now. It's calm. The birds are chirping. The water, as you can see, is very high. We're standing in it right now. So that's just to give you a sense of what this area is like. I'm also told that Columbus crews were out getting people out of their homes because they were trapped from the water that has just flowed into our city. So that's another aspect. Flooding is another aspect of the recovery efforts that we're going to have to deal with moving on.
And something of interest, too, is those river levels are cresting finally and slowly going down. But it will take time with all of the water that is here. I mean, you can see, if you're familiar with the Riverwalk, behind us is the bridge that goes down to the island there. The water about 10 feet or so below that particular bridge there. So just a lot of water that takes time to move downstream here, and that flooding still going to be a concern for a number of days here along the Tenn-Tom and through Columbus and really across the area. We had that flooding in Calhoun County, and quite a significant historic event really for many of us here in Northeast Mississippi and parts of West Alabama. As we continue through the morning, Renee, we're going to continue to look at the flooding here later on in the show and check things out and whatnot. Just a lot of water for sure.
Absolutely. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of tree limbs still sprawled out across roadways. Power lines are still dangerously low. The police, they are still blocking off roadways. So it may be a little harder or longer for you to get to your commute today as you are planning your day ahead. So be aware of that as your morning progresses.
As we're out here, we'll have another live report coming up later in the show. We're going to go ahead and